Okay, I'm combining 2 days worth of lecture because they're very short. So what you have in front of you on the screen, that word is pronounced isotope, and this is also related to the Candium lab that the students performed in class. So what an isotope is, they are atoms that have the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. So P plus stays the same, but and neutral does not, so that is the difference. So you have, say, like the element carbon, you'll have carbon and then maybe carbon-14, which is radioactive carbon. So both are carbon, but just in different forms. And now this is a little review from yesterday. If you see the atomic number, this is the number of protons and electrons. The blue number is referring to a certain periodic table that students might use. The mass number is the number of protons plus neutrons. The red number, again, is referring to a periodic table, so you don't have to worry about that. And then how do you figure out neutrons? You have to take the atomic number, which is up here, and subtract it from the mass number, because P's and E's stay the same, and then you have P plus N for your mass number. So how would you just get the neutrons by themselves? You subtract these two numbers. And that was homework, a chart that I had given out a couple days ago that would help you practice that. All of this, again, is found in my open class. Okay, now this is fairly simple, but it's asking students to determine the number of atoms in compounds. So it's learning how to read a formula. So if you look at this, Ca3PO43, don't worry about the name or what it means. I'm asking you to count atoms. So if you look, calcium has 3. Careful here with the parentheses, this 3 distributes. So you actually have 3 phosphorus. And the oxygen, that 4 and that 3, you don't add them, you don't subtract them, you multiply. So that's 12 oxygen. 4 times 3 is 12. So how many total atoms? 12 plus 3 is 18. Now what if I asked you for just one particular element? So in this formula, this large formula, I'm just asking you for oxygen. So how am I coming up with the number 14? Here's O. It has a 7 next to it, but it's in the parentheses with a 2 on the outside. So that distributes, and it makes 14. 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, what about a formula without a parentheses? I ask you for carbon atoms. Careful, carbon is here. This is H3, and this is Cl. That's actually chlorine. So that is different from just the C by itself. So the answer is just 1. Okay, and then last, I ask you for total atoms in this next formula. 1 calcium, 2 chlorines, 2 plus 1 is 3. And again, there is practice on this in open class.